Hey everybody, if you could send me just a quick little message. I did a group chat and let me know where you're coming in from. I would really like to know. It's really awesome to see just how far we can get connected. We had a teacher from, or someone from, I believe it was a teacher from Quebec on our last presentation. So if you could just send me a quick message, introduce yourself, and let me know, then I'll know that you guys can hear me out there. And I'm really excited to be sharing with you. So I'm going to get going in just a couple of minutes. I want to get some people a chance to get online. Hey everybody out there, I think I got everything going here and screen sharing up. And if you could just sign in, let me know where you're coming in from and your name. I'd really like to know that. It's really helpful before we even get questions, just to kind of know who's out there. This is a cool global world, and I'm really excited that y'all are here. So just send me a quick message. That'd be awesome. And I look forward to just starting just another minute or so. I see some other people signing on. So look forward to working with you. Okay, everybody. Well, welcome. I am going to get started here. And if you could just send me a quick link, like I said, I would love to find out where everybody's from. Feel free to ask questions as we go along, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. And I'm really looking forward to connecting with you. So today I am here to talk to you about positivity and how to really make miracles with gratitude. And that is what we're going to be looking at. Like, what are all of the possibilities of working with gratitude so that we can actually really make a difference in the lives of other people's. That's what we really, really want to do. So that's the main goal. And I am going to show you what we've done at my school to actually have that happen. So make miracles with 1,000 thank yous. I'm going to be talking about the how it works. And it's all about sharing gratitude and spreading joy and changing lives. And I have all sorts of free resources that I'll get to you. All you got to do is just send me a message or just hook up with me here and I'll make links available. Again, I am very, very happy that you are here today. This is a really exciting possibility. And to be able to connect like this, it's really cool how technology today can make all of the difference. And it's one of the things that I'm most excited about with our program, because now we're able to connect with schools around the world and able to actually support you as you are working, to bring positivity into your schools. So that is what I am really, really excited about. So big welcome. I'm Melinda Forward, and I'm a National Board Certified teacher. I teach French at a Title I school in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And if you take a look at my desk, you'll see that there's a thank you note there. And that thank you note is actually what has started this whole thing with gratitude. It started a year ago, and this was from one of my students who, one of my students was a senior, and she's been like a freshman towards college, and she wrote me that thank you note at the very, very end of the year, and it really made a difference. It was something I remembered a lot, remembered frequently, came to mind. And in November, I was struggling with the idea that working with kids at a Title I school and Thanksgiving, and some of them don't have Thanksgiving meals. They don't have that option. They don't have that luxury. Then all of the Black Friday, which is Black Thursday and Wednesday, and all this on commercialism, like, how can kids in Title I schools, like, what impact does that have on them when they don't have a lot and they don't have money, they don't have family, they maybe don't even have a home, they're homeless. So I decided that no matter what, we all have possibilities to be grateful. No matter what we have, no matter what we don't have, no matter where we are or what situation we're in, we can always be grateful. And that started the 1,000 Thank You Challenge, which is why I'm here today. And I am really excited to share this because we've been working with other schools and having a lot of great success. First of all, just so we can connect more, I'm on Twitter at Melinda_forward. You'll see me there, and it'd be awesome to connect with you, not just now, but also in the future. I'm here just to get out my message that we need to help kids know they have a voice, and we need to help people connect with one another in really positive ways, because then everyone thrives. And that is what I'm all about, is helping people thrive. We have a challenge today, and that is to take the Inspiration School Challenge, which is pledging to be positive and pledging to pass positivity on to others. And we have two pledges. We have one for schools, and then one that's a personal pledge. And what I realized was that we need to teach positivity, right? That's we say, let me take a step back. We talk about changing the world and be positive and help others, but do we really teach others how to do that? Like, that kind of dawned on me, like, oh wow, I just kind of get these ideas on these crazy projects to do, but maybe not everybody like has those thoughts. So what can I do to help others really grow in learn new tools? It's all about tools. Like, what tools do we have to work with? And that's where the whole Inspiration School organization began about a month ago. It actually was a result of the Global Maker Day that I did back in May. So I am hoping that we have a whole bunch of people sign up to be Inspiration Schools to pass the power of positivity on, because it's free and we all have it in endless amounts, and it gives us more energy. And that's what we're talking about here, is what can we do to create more energy and positive energy in the world. I'm tweeting at edcamp Global 2016 at Melinda Forward. Please contact me. I'm going to leave this up for just a second, because I really want you guys to be able to connect with me as we go along, and as just the future, that we're creating a really great future together, which I'm really excited about. So awesome. Emily Arnold, I am so excited. Signing up for the personal pledge. School-wide positive behavioral system. That's right. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am so excited to connect with you more, because that's one of the things that we are working with. So thank you. That is so, I am so excited. We have different things to actually address in-school suspension. How about that one? I have a whole other idea for that one. So very cool. Awesome. Thank you, Emily, for being here. And here we go. We're going to move on. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Facebook. I'm on Facebook as well. We All Have a Voice. That's just the page, We All Have a Voice. And then also the 1,000 Thank You, which I should have screenshotted. But if you go to We All Have a Voice, you'll see that there's also the 1,000 Thank You page, which is really, really cool. So we're really trying to connect people who are taking the 1,000 Thank You challenge and really working together to inspire one another. So the School Culture Project, I want to just briefly talk about how can you be involved in this, because it really is a matter of spreading the message about empowering students, about learning how we can come together in a world filled with negativity, and we can overcome that negativity with positivity. I believe that we can change the path of poverty, with positivity. And I think it might be the only way we can really change it, because we need to build hope. We need to build optimism by teaching people how they can create their dreams, and then not just hoping things will happen, but how can they actually create their dreams. And I am so excited to be able to offer all these different ways to connect and become an Inspiration School Project of the Month. We're starting that up in August with the Pledge of Positivity and getting it school-wide. We're really excited about the idea of having schools, everyone at the school, everyone, take the Pledge of Positivity. So the School Culture Project is the overall organization with the We All Have a Voice Campus Empowerment Program. School Culture Projects. This is one of them. The 1,000 Thank You Project is one of, I don't know how, we keep adding more and more. And all of the descriptions, and I give steps on the website. It's really important to me that I don't just talk about this right now, but that I help you actually make this happen in your world for your school. Like, that is my purpose really in life, professionally, actually, and personally, is to help people create a more beautiful world in reaching out to those around them and sharing the tools that I have. And that's what I'm here to do. So empowering student voice is what it's all about. So I am thankful for. I want you to take a minute, and I said that you needed to have some supplies like paper and pens and those kind of things, markers, glitter even, which is awesome. I love glitter. I'd like you to take a minute, and on a piece of paper, I'd like you to write down what you're thankful for. It could also be a who you're thankful for, and I'm going to put a question up here and have you guys talk about it. All right, Paige, thank you for taking the personal pledge. I'm so excited. All right, so we're going to come back to this in a second. I'm not going to have you do this now. Just like you to think about it. And here we go with the next one. So moving on for here, I want to talk a little bit about why we are doing this. Like, why do this? Like, my big thing is, okay, that sounds great, but why should I do this? Why should I bother? School culture and climate often get confused. They get put together in a way that that really doesn't, how can I put it? That they're intertwined. Like, one is like completely connected to the other. They're not different. That's what I want to say. So they're actually different things. What is really, really cool is that there is power in that, because we can control then both. We can control we can control culture, we can control climate. It's not just something that exists. That's the biggie. So school culture, to talk about that just briefly, is who are we? Who are we as a school? What do we do? What do we expect? If papers are on the floor, do we pick them up no matter who they belong to? Do we open doors for one another? Do we say please and thank you? Do we say hello to one another? Do we ask someone, how are you doing? And then stop and actually wait for their answer. That's another example of culture. What do we expect? Big thing. What do we expect in schools? And how this relates to culture is that for culture then impacts climate, which is all about how do we feel. So how do we feel? If you are a teacher in a classroom, okay, if you're a teacher in a classroom, I'd be really curious to know in how many minutes you might experience every single one of those emotions. Like, how often does that happen? Because I know for me, it can happen in a matter of minutes, that you go from desperation, anger, happiness, oh, you're relieved, oh, you're frustrated. Like, that can happen in such a short amount of time. And what can we do to manage this in a way that makes it how can we create an environment where we feel happy? The guy right here, like we want that, right? How do we do that so that we feel happy? Because when we're happy and we feel positive and we feel good and we feel loved in school, then we're going to succeed and we're going to engage. And our kids, if they feel bad, what's going to happen is that they will act out, they'll check out, or they drop out. And sometimes it's in that order. And it's based on feeling. So we have a lot of power in what we are actually creating with schools. What are we actually doing? And that's what's awesome. Because if you're in a Title I school where there's a really negative climate or there's frustration, you can do this challenge, and in 10 days, I guarantee you will make miracles. Lives will be changed because of this project. So how do we build a grateful school culture? That's what we're talking about. How do we build a grateful school culture? Well, it takes building. And in building, we need tools. In building, it takes effort. Doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen faster than you may believe. Circle of Empowerment. I'm here today to talk about how we can empower kids and student voice. And this circle of empowerment really applies to any kind of activity that we're working with anywhere. And what it's about is creating opportunities to engage new conversations, to inspire connections between people, and to build community. So we're creating opportunities to engage new conversations, to inspire connections, and then to build communities. And this works with anything we're doing. We're talking about creating opportunities to share gratitude and to feel grateful and to be grateful and to step out and create something that we can give to someone, because then we're engaging in a whole new conversation with someone else. It will inspire connections at a deeper level, much deeper level than we may even know with our kids. If they get a thank you note from someone, explains why. I know I did in my classroom. I really didn't know that some of the kids really were getting it or really were excited about my class. I really didn't know until they gave me a thank you note. And that really built a whole new relationship. And that built our community. So this is a very important circle. Practice gratitude. That's what we do. So we practice. And I do yoga. If any of you do yoga, you know practice makes practice. There's never a perfect. And that's exactly how it is with gratitude. It's something that we can keep practicing, which is really awesome because it never ends. It's ongoing, and we have a limitless possibility to produce gratitude, which means we have a limitless source of positive energy right within us, no matter what our circumstances. So my Global Maker Day, hey, I did this. Okay, we can change that to the EdCamp Global Day because this is a presentation that I first did at Global Maker Day, and that they suggested I actually bring again to EdCamp Global, so that's where it's here. That you get one simple tool to make the greatest possible positive change for your school community. And it's just one tool, but I really believe it's a possible, it's a source of joy and gratefulness that will go on forever. So are you ready to make miracles? Want to know if you have your stuff together? Do you have some supplies? Do you have papers and crayons and markers? Creativity, and believe me, everyone is creative. You may not think you are, but you are. I guarantee it. And you're going to see how cool and creative you can actually be as we're doing this. So I'm going to give you a minute. If you just joined us, please just grab some paper. It can be napkin. Doesn't matter. Something to write with. You will need something to write with. And give you just a minute or so, and then we're going to move on, and you're going to see what this looks like in action. Angela, I am so excited. I just got your message that you completed the personal pledge. Very excited that you're joining us. This is awesome. This is awesome. What a great opportunity to be with you guys and to connect. It's going to be great. That's all I can say. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to the next part and see what this looks like in action. So the 1,000 Thank Yous Challenge. Okay. The objectives. And like I said, this is the note that inspired this whole challenge. And what happened is that I remembered this note in November when I had a really tough semester. You know, we have years. Well, last year was my year, and it was a tough one. And what happened was that when I was having all these revelations about Title I schools and my kids and just really being worried that, you know, not just worried that they were going to be feeling awful out there and feeling bad about themselves and feeling down. And I was feeling kind of down. I was having a rough year. And I remembered this thank you note and I pulled it out and I read it. And it just filled me with such joy and energy. And I thought, you know what? I can get through this. I can get through this. Like, this is a great, great thing that I have in the world. And I have this relationship with this student who's like a daughter to me. And I'm like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this. And 1,000 Thank Yous challenge began. And the objectives, we want to build gratitude. I talked about having tools, and we all need tools to connect with one another. Kids in Title I schools really don't have a lot of opportunities to learn relationship skills. A lot of times their home environments or their neighborhood environments or wherever they are, they may not have mentors like some of us were very, very fortunate to have. And they need someone to teach them skills that I think people overlook are needed. We know we need to teach reading and writing, that's right. But do we think about teaching kids how to express gratitude and happiness? How to be thankful? Are we doing those things? So it really is we're building a foundation for our schools. It's a whole different conversation from our normal kind of building. We're going to focus on the positive, because I tell you, the more you focus on the positive, the more you see that there is to focus on. Stop and connect with people. In our busy world, and I am guilty of this all the time, is we just have to stop. Whatever we're doing, whatever we're thinking, all these ideas going around my head, I have that, and connect and sit down and talk and look at and listen. I mean, listening to people is truly the beginning of empowering someone's voice. And in our stopping, we acknowledge others for making a difference in our lives. We let other people know that they're really making a difference. And one thing I've experienced in all of this is a lot of times people don't know that they've made a difference in your life. We think they do because in our world, they've made such a big difference, but they may not. And you're expressing gratitude to them and explaining why can change their world as much as it's changed yours. And that's the power of this and why I get so excited. So we move on. So why? What is good? What good is gratitude? Okay, in schools, fewer fights. Kids are more likely to get A grades. And if we think about it, if they're grateful and they have positive feelings, well, then when they're sitting in class, they're going to be able to connect. They're going to be able to engage. They're going to be able to really be with us and connect with us if they're connected with themselves. Grateful teens, they're 10 times less likely to start smoking. And I tell you, this last one is good for all of us because it's not just school related, but 7 overall positive emotions can add up to 7 years to your life. Think about 7 years. And guess what? They'd be 7 good years, like 7 exciting years, because if they're driven by positive emotions, if we're driven by that energy, then it's going to be great. And we're going to enjoy those 7 years. And that is something to keep in mind. Is there are reasons to live gratefully. It's not just something for once a year or for when someone really goes out of their way for us at a birthday. It's for all the time. It's for every day. Community. Grateful people have a stronger bond with the local community. This project stretches out to the community because we have kids that will write thank you notes to people at businesses. We actually have started a whole thing, which is kind of cool, is that my husband and I will send out notes to, we actually leave notes at restaurants. We leave notes at restaurants for people, thanking them for their service. And sometimes we'll hand it to them, but sometimes we just leave it on the table. I've taken my thank you notes to conferences. We have these little postcards to conferences, and I give them to the presenters at the end of the conference to thank them for whatever they've taught me. And I'm very specific in what I've learned from them. So that it really brings us together with community. Health, I tell you, in schools, 50% of absences can be attributed to some kind of stress, anxiety, physical illness. And it goes back to this, our bodies needing to be filled with positive energy. Okay, physically fit, blood pressure lower by 12%. And in Title I schools, our kids have PTSD. They deal with acute stress, which means it's with them all the time. It's not just during finals, it's with them all the time. They deal with PTSD, which is something that I personally also deal with and manage. And it's a really tough, thing to have to manage in your world because it's triggered by things that are weird. You wouldn't guess might trigger someone to have like a really high level of stress, and it does. So I can really relate to kids that way. So if we lower their blood pressure, they're going to be more relaxed. And if they're more relaxed, they're going to be able to connect with us. Okay, they're going to be able to connect with us more, and that's what we want. Let me see. Emily, I love it. Emily said that whenever I get a donation from my classroom, I write a thank you note and then have all my students sign it. I also include pictures sometimes of projects they could make or using the donations. My donors always enjoy that and continue to help out. That's beautiful. What a wonderful way, again, to teach kids how to do that. And I'll tell you what, Emily, when they go out into the world, they're going to remember that. And they're going to remember how good that felt for them to express that gratitude. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. The next thing is about happy people's income. How about that? Let's make more money. I tell you, whenever I am in the more positive mood I am in, the more productive I am. And that does relate to more opportunities coming our ways, and friends, more satisfying relationships with others, and we will be better liked. And the better liked part, whatever, if people like us, they do or they don't. That's not a big thing for me. But to have satisfying relationships, I think is a key to life. Like, I think it's a real key to life that our relationships are satisfying, because people are the most important resource we have in our world. So practice gratitude. Remember I said we're going to do this. How about you? For whom are you thankful, and why are you thankful? And I asked you that question at the beginning. Remember back then? And I want you to take a minute now on whatever you have, whether it be a business card or a napkin or whatever it might be, and to actually write a thank you note to that person. And that person could be anywhere in the world, doesn't matter where they are, but to write a note, write a thank you, and really importantly, to explain why. That's really the heart of this. It's really the heart of it. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. And if you have glitter, yay, and stickers, even better. And as you're doing that, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about this picture that I have up here. This was created by one of my special ed kids who is the most excited little thing about so many great things. But she struggles socially. She struggles socially because she's marginalized, because she is special ed. The special ed kids are kind of on the fringes of things in a lot of different ways, and they don't have as many opportunities to be involved. They're not going to be the class president necessarily. A lot of times they're shy and they're more withdrawn, and they don't have as many friends, or if they're in special ed classes, then they're actually more limited in who they're interacting with. She was so excited about this campaign. She went home and created a folder. That's what's in the background, that manila folder, to actually keep all of the thank you notes that she was writing and that she was asking other people to write. She had like supplies in there. And then she created all of these thank you notes. And they're just precious. I have one of them. One of those is mine. It's on my desk right now. And I'm at home. I'm not at school. And it's just beautiful. One of them, thank you for being my friend in the 6th grade. Like, you know, it's yeah, for being my friend, for being my crazy friend. And the excitement that she had for this project, Victoria is her French name, actually drove me to really make this project happen all over the world. That's my intention is this will be everywhere in every school, because her excitement was just infectious. I want to cry just thinking about it, which that happens to me a lot. All my kids know that. But she was a kid who struggled to connect with people. And this project gave her a reason to connect. It gave her a reason. It gave her a reason and a tool to write a thank you note. She could ask somebody to do that. She could ask somebody to do that she maybe didn't know real well. Because that's asking. It's a conversation, a new conversation to engage in. So this is creating an opportunity. That's all it is. Engage in new conversations, inspire connections, and to build community, build relationships. Okay, now that I've talked and talked, whom are you thankful? I would like you to think about how you feel now. And on like the comments, I'd like you just to write about, like, who did you thank? Who did you thank? And then how do you feel now that you've done this exercise? How do you feel? How did doing that make you feel? So that's my question to everybody out there, is who did you thank and why, if you want to add that? And then how did it make you feel? Okay, so here we go. School Culture Project. I want to talk about how this evolved into a big program. We made Miracles in May. That's what this is from. And at the Global Maker Day, that was the challenge that I was putting out to everyone there, was to join us in taking 10 days or less. You could even take 10 minutes to do this challenge, and to actually spread this throughout your school. And my job is to make it easy for schools to do this. Like, I just love to organize stuff. Anything, I love to organize it. So I've created some cool tools to keep track of 1,000 thank yous and have teachers not go crazy, because that's right. You propose a project like this at your own school, and you can imagine what the other teachers are thinking you are going to add to their lives, when really all you want to add is gratitude. So I figured that out. And that then turned to Joy in June. And that was a whole nother amazing thing. And in helping, I'm going to talk later about like how many and all that, like the actual results, the numbers, which are stunning. There's steps. And when you go to our We All Have a Voice page, okay, We All Have a Voice page, and you look at all the inspiration projects, you'll see that I try to keep every one of them to 4 steps. That's been my challenge. How can I make this 4 steps? And so anyone can do this, because I want everybody to do this. I don't want everybody to say, oh, that's too complicated. Oh, that's too hard, because these are simple tools. So my job is to make you know it's simple. So this is gathering supplies. You already did that. Create a thank you note to a person you know, explaining why you are thankful to this person. Tell your thank you note, and then you deliver, and then you repeat as many times as possible. That's it. And you guys have done almost all of this. Some of you may have actually delivered it. You may have delivered it to someone, I don't know. I'm seeing that Emily has a comment, wrote one to her husband, who always supports her taking care of things around the house today, and our dog, cat, oh, I know that, dogs and cat, so that I can attend EdCamp Global. I love writing thank you notes to people because I like people to be happy, so I enjoy this activity. Wonderful. That really is it, is wanting other people to be happy. I agree with that. That's a really good way of putting it, is wanting people to have that in their lives. So this down here is it. So thank you for sharing, Emily. Really appreciate it. On the bottom part down here, you'll see that that's the tally sheet. And it's really simple. You put the date, the class, or the student, the number of thank yous, and then the total. And teachers can have this, or students can have this. I had a student who on her own collected like 60 some thank you notes. And again, a kid who's kind of on the edge of things, struggled with friendships and struggled with relationships, but she really took this on and did really great things with it. So I'm really excited to have created something really simple. And on the website, these are all downloadable. All of them, everything's in a PDF, so you just download it. And this is going to be part of our projects of the month for December. December is going to be 1,000 Thank You Month. So I'll talk more about that in a minute. I want to talk a little bit about some befores and afters. So in May, the Bronx After School Program set a goal for 2,000 thank yous. Youth Council had 10 after-school programs, 10 after-school about the city, so they coordinated about the city. Every child was to write 3 notes, and I really like the way they structured this. It shows that you can personalize it for your situation. You just take the idea. A child to a child, okay, so they got to choose, appointed program person to thank, and then the unnoticed, which is beautiful here. Firefighter, school nurse, lunch lady, principals, paramedics, security, custodians, etc. And the addition of that, I really thought was actually something that would add to, that I would continue to add into the program, to suggest. And this is an example of how sharing things and connecting us as inspiration schools is really powerful, because then we all learn. And now I know that I can talk to people and say, hey, yeah, you can do 3 per kid, or just do unnoticed. Run a whole campaign where it's writing 1,000 thank you notes for people who normally go unnoticed. You can really direct it in awesome ways. So that was, and I'm going to tell you what they did in a little bit. So that was their goal, and that's how they set it up. Route 66 Elementary here in New Mexico. When I did the Global Maker presentation, they had done 842 thank you notes in 3 days. The report at the end was like 3,280 in less than 10 days. So they did 3 times the goal, which isn't that amazing? It shows what's possible. In less than 10 days, handwritten thank you notes. And I got the sponsor of this campaign just said what a great thing it was. It was at the end of the school year, and she took it on to be a really good note to have everyone experience for the very last part of the school year. And I was really excited now to be able to share that with everybody else out there, to say, you know what, this school did 3,280. Like how many can we get? Like 1,000's low, right? We did almost 1,000 in my school. We have 1,400. And I'm in a real traditional school, so getting buy-in wasn't really easy. I got buy-in from almost half the staff, which was awesome. If you work in traditional school like mine, you know, about 100 teachers, if you can get 50 to participate, it's really cool. But it shows what's possible when there's buy-in. So your turn, looking at action changes things. Okay, so when we act, things happen. And what is special about this is that we don't even know what's going to happen. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen by us taking action. I learned about Global Maker Day kind of by chance via Twitter, and it's changed my life. I would have never guessed that I had the opportunity to be here today with you guys, talking about gratitude and being able to spread this message and these tools, these simple tools to actually make it happen. So acting will change everything. So if your school would like to make miracles, take the 1,000 Thank You Challenge. It's online at the We All Have a Voice site, and you can sign on, and when you do, again, you can get new tools, and all of the paperwork is on there. And there's actually there's videos, like, there's a video of me introducing the project. So if you want to share that with the staff or administration and in your introduction of it to people, that's there. So I try and give you as many free resources as possible. And so you'll find those online at We All Have a Voice. So Global Maker Day, our feedback survey is online. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this, or just go to weallhavavoice.org. You'll see coming soon. It'll say Global Maker Day. Global Maker Day. No, this is the wrong one again. Here, I know I put the other one in. Okay, I'm going to move on from that one. So a year ago, May 2015, actually a little more than a year ago, right? That was my desk. And then now, okay, May 2016, this is what evolved, is this 1,000 Thank Yous Challenge for schools. And this is what the page looks like on We All Have a Voice. And you can get everything that you need right on that page, and then connect with us as well and let us know what you're doing. Because then we would like to add you as a partner school. And like we did with Good Shepherd, this is the one that had the 2,000 thank you was their goal. And they actually got over 3,200. Over 3,200. I was so excited when I learned that. And these were schools spread out all over the city. So it's not even like it was just one spot. So it shows how this is adaptable. And once they did the project and they gave us feedback and let us know how things went, and they gave us pictures, then we actually created a web page for them on our We All Have a Voice site. And that is what we do for all schools. If you take on a project, whatever project it might be, could be the 1,000 Thank Yous, could be the Dream Walls, whatever it is, once you run that project and share with us what your experience was and share pictures, then we actually will help you create a web page for your school. And when we started all of this back in 2014, inspired by Candy Chang's Before I Die project, which was my other presentation earlier today, when we were able to get our high school, a Title I school in Albuquerque, we're literally the lowest in the city, like for test scores. We're bottom. When these kids who are called, they're the losing school, they're whatever, they're lowest, it's all sorts of things. It's not really, but that's what people think. When they saw our school and our wall on a website featuring walls from around the world, literally everywhere, that made them feel really, really good. And that's what we want to offer other schools, is to connect with us like we were able to connect with Candy Chang, so your kids can see that they're connected with this program, and then together everyone creates something that's beyond what one person could ever create on their own. So the challenge, again, I know a bunch of you are taking it. It's so exciting, in the inspirationschools.org. And once you take it, we'll be sending you tools and helping figure out how many schools can we get on board. This will be the project of the month for August. And then we'll lead into September with school surveys, but we're starting off with inspiration. We want to start our schools the year off talking about inspiration with our kids, because that's where they need to be. We need to inspire them to be in school, to want to be in school. So how many will take the pledge? I'll let you guys know later what happened and how many of us are out there. So to get involved, the 1,000 Thank Yous is just the beginning. It's one simple tool, and I hope that it will help you help others and help your students and help your school be more positive and be more successful. And like I said, these are the inspiration schools, and we would love for your school to be up here. And it's really simple, and that's what we're here to do. Our EdCamp Global Feedback Survey, this is online. I'm gonna give you a minute if you want to take a screenshot of this. We all have a voice.org, it's in our portfolio, EdCamp Global 2016. Complete the survey, and then I'm going to send you another simple tool that you can use to spread inspiration everywhere, everywhere. And so again, that's the feedback survey online. And once you sign on to that as well, then I will make sure you get a link to the recording. I'm going to make sure that this, however this records, if it records well or not, if it doesn't record well, then I will actually redo that and make sure that it's available to you so that you have it. Okay, that's really important to me, that you have that, that tool available to listen to it again and to share with others. So, so that's the survey, but I'll make sure that you get that link if you check in on that. Time to tweet. Please be tweeting out there to EdCamp Global 2016 so we can find out what's going on out there. To share the 1,000 Thank You Challenge, please, please, please share that. Share the Inspiration School Challenge, and the Pledge of Positivity. I want to say possibility because that's a pledge as well. It's a whole other one. That could end up being a new project. And then from here, again, there's my Twitter, Facebook, the challenge. Okay. And just get ready for miracles. Using gratitude like this in simple thank you notes, handwritten with the why, will make miracles. And you'll never know some of the miracles that are going to happen because of what you're doing. And I really appreciate you being here. It's been an hour. I know we scheduled it for 2 hours, but I wanted to give a chance for if you have any questions, if you'd like to put those up now, I'd be more than happy to answer them. That's my handsome husband and myself. And we are really here to serve and to help and connect. Connect with you as this being really just the beginning of working together to help our schools be more inspiring places for everyone, So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of chance to ask some questions if you want. There's the website. This project here is called Sidewalk Talk, which is kind of cool. Oops. So I, again, am just so thankful that you've chosen to come spend an hour of your Saturday afternoon or evening. Guess if you're on the East Coast, sure, it's much later, a couple hours later now than here. So awesome. If you don't have questions now, please write later. Please feel free to connect with me then. Okay, everybody. Well, with that, I'm going to sign off right now. And I want to thank you so much for being here and joining me. And I look forward to, let me just check and make sure there aren't more questions over here. Okay, so Angela, survey, let me make sure. Oh, wait a minute, let me see. What I will do, it should be a pop-up. If you go down to the, you have to kind of scroll down, and there's a button that'll say, take the survey. Oh, excuse me. So if you go down to, and I'm going to put it up on a screen share for you. Okay, so there you go. So that's the page, and it's this blue link right there. That's the one that will take you to that. So it's a pop-up. Let me know if it doesn't work. I tried it last night. I guess I can try it again here actually, and make sure it works. Yep, so it should pop up if you just click on that button. That will give you an opportunity to get that. So I have your email and I can send that to you. So let me know if you don't find that. I'm hoping that helped. So yeah, so with that, again, here's the site. You can go check it out. We all have a voice. And you'll see across the top how things go, but normally mine's kind of shrunk. The school culture projects, it's all about positivity. And then you'll see that we have all these different projects, and the 1000 Thank You one is right here. And when you click on that, I'll give you all the links to what you need. So free simple lesson plan, and so that gives you how you actually work with that. The Take Joy in June, Spread Joy in June, that was our last, and then this is the actual, this is a video that I said I have that you can actually, I guess I can probably say that there, that you can show that will introduce the project and all of the steps to anyone. So you can kind of check that out there, and I have samples and it's pretty neat. So that's the site there. And again, I really like to do what I can to make this really easy for you. So that's why I'm here. And I'll just take a minute to play this, since I'm broadcasting anyways until 7. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Look forward to working with you more. Cheers.